On this episode, we're going to have the final part of our Avengers conversation. And unfortunately, we're going to talk about what happened in Britain with the toddler, Alfie. And if you don't know, he died early this morning, well, Saturday morning. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and more on this episode of Trend Chat. Welcome to another episode of Trend Chat. I'm your host, Brian Bledsoe. And if you want to connect with us, whether we're on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, it's all the same name, Trend Chat 24/7. And I write for politichicks.com. If you want to read some of my articles, like the one that I just did a couple of days ago on the Avengers, you can just go to politichicks.com/author/Brian Bledsoe. So, like I said, just want to get to what has happened in Britain. And so the situation that happened, if you don't know, you had this 24-year-old toddler named Alfie who was in the hospital because he had a condition and needed to be on life support. So at some point, now I'm just saying that what I'm about to say is going to be a very simplified version of it. It's more details to it, but I'm just going to get very simple to it, to the point. So, and basically just go straight to the end of it, really, because so the child was on life support, and at some point, the British government decided that, through their health care system, decided that it was no longer beneficial to the government, pretty much, that it didn't prove beneficial to them that they should continue to have Alfie on life support. And obviously the parents disagreed, but over there, because they have socialized medicine over there, they are overruled, basically. So against Alfie's parents' wishes, they took Alfie off of life support. And at one point he was breathing on his own, so he was essentially fighting for his life. And in the midst of all this, there were numerous court battles to either put him back on life support or even at the very least let him leave the hospital. And I mean, at one point they just asked, could he just die at home? And just to think of it that way is just horrific to think, like, okay, you won't let us leave the country. So for one thing, let's mention that they had other options if they were able to leave the country or even leave the hospital. So Italy wanted to continue, to put him on life support and continue to do what they can to save his life. And there were donations and everything. Like, there was nothing that the British government had to worry about paying. Everything would have been covered. But instead of letting them leave and go to another country so the child can live, they decided to keep them in the hospital, basically, so he can die there. Basically. because it's not like if they would have to pay for him to go to Italy or pay for whatever. But even to think of it that way is sickening. But then again, we're talking about socialized medicine, so it all kind of comes down. Well, it comes down to money. It comes down to the resources that the government have to use because they have to think about, everyone else, everybody that they're taking care of. So it comes down to, how much are you worth, basically, really. And so they refuse to let them leave. And so, like I said, early this morning, Alfie, he died. Basically because he wasn't worth keeping alive, according to the British government. And, I'm thinking about how this whole situation that went down, and to think that there are people in this country, in the United States, that want this type of health care. People who ran a campaign in 2016, Bernie Sanders, want this type of health care where the state chooses whether you are worth living or dying. And you have no choice about it. You can't even go to another country to have any sort of treatment. If they determine, they being the state, the government, if they determine that you're not worth it. And we have people here who want that type of healthcare, and it just amazes me to think that people want this here, what just happened over there. So yeah, so that's all I had to say on that. And go ahead, just gonna play this gonna talk a little bit about the Politichicks book, and then right after that we'll go right into our conversation about the Avengers. Hello, this is Brian Bledsoe, host of Trend Chat, also contributor at Politichicks.com. Here to tell you about the new book called Politichicks, A Clarion Call to Political Activism, with over 300 pages from contributors like myself, talking about topics such as education, social issues, healthcare, the Second Amendment, and of course, activism. I encourage you all to check it out at Politichicks.com, and is also available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
Who do we think is, let's speculate who's going to die?
Yeah.
We did that with the Star Wars.
Yeah. And I think that Thor may die here early. There was already a statement, I forgot by who, either by the director or by a producer. Basically, it was saying that something major is going to happen in the first 10 minutes.
Oh.
They didn't go any further, but you kind of suspect somebody's dying.
It has to be a character that's not integral to the plot moving forward, but also, they're so intertwined that killing them would ruin the movie, but also somebody who's super close to all of our hearts as, moviegoers, you know what I mean? Like, they've endeared us to this character. Kind of like how when they killed, what's his name?
Agent Coulson? Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Agent Coulson. How am I forgetting all these people's names? It's so scary. But, Agent Coulson.
Well, the fact that I remember him is disturbing.
The fact that you're remembering them and I'm not is a little bit weird. But you know what I mean? Agent Coulson was important. We've seen him since Iron Man, the Iron Man movies, and he's kind of endeared himself to us.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets died with, and he gets dead, and it's just, he gives that really sweet you're going to lose, and he still believes, and I'm like, oh, Coulson, and then they bring him back to life,
and then he shoots Loki. And then he shoots Loki.
Yeah. So that's what that does.
No,
But then it moves the plot forward, which was interesting because that's what inspired all the Avengers to go and fight Loki.
Yeah.
That he believed in you. So it would have to be a character like that.
I'm thinking that in the beginning, and I'm thinking at this point, either Thor. Well, I doubt Thor dies. I'm thinking it actually may be Loki in this point, but because for one
Oh, I hope not.
he gives them he gives them the Tesseract for one, and like I said, I'm guessing his first encounter of the Avengers will be probably Thor and Loki. Because like I said, at the end of Thor Ragnarok, they the ship is right there in front of them. So
Right.
and
I feel
so
like though, I feel like that would be really a letdown if he's the character that dies because I feel like they've tried to kill him off before, and it's kind of like
I think this time he might die saving Thor.
I'm kind of on the side of it might be somebody like Captain America because Captain America, if you look at the comics, like
Oh
you remember there's like this
I
big
think it's gonna be
uproar
more than one.
because no, because well, there's this big uproar because in the comics it turns out that they actually did end up Hydra end up brainwashing him in the end, and he's royal to Hydra, which was a total betrayal. And so either he's going to go fully dark, like he's already started to turn dark, like as we've seen just physically, like he's, he has the dark suit on now. And I think that's supposed to be like an indicator that he's not as, spunky as he once was, as
Oh,
spunky.
just because he got a
Spunk's the right
beard
word.
now.
He was always very, yeah. It's like a visual cue that he's like dark now, like we can only make Chris Evans look so dingy and dark, he's just a pretty man. But they're either going to have to play out that storyline. I feel like if they're going to continue Captain America's story, because I don't know what else they could do to keep things interesting and not repeat a lot.
Yeah.
Like continue for the sake of continuing, I guess is what I mean. They would have to either kill him off and then Bucky becomes Captain America, which that does happen in the comics.
Yeah.
Or they would make him secretly loyal to Hydra, and he has some Hydra plot that he's carrying out behind the scenes the whole time.
I doubt they go that direction. Only because
I hope they do.
well, only because I don't know how long Chris Evans is going to continue to play Captain America. For one, at least right now. So that's a lot of whether we're talking about Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Hemsworth or Chris Evans, all of them especially. That's one reason why I'm guessing it's going to be more than one that's going to die. I think it's going to be probably two.
I hope Spider-Man doesn't die. He's still a baby. He's still a baby Spider.
I can't see him. Well, I doubt he's dying. I doubt that, but that will be a swerve.
Well, I mean, I guess the best way for us to know who's dying is just to go and Google whose contract is up. Like, who's not signed on for the next movies? Like, you know what I mean? So, like, I know, I will say this, if they kill off Iron Man, like, if they kill off Tony Stark, I probably will not continue watching the Avengers if there are more, no, I'm dead serious. He's my favorite character by far, and I feel like he's integral to the storyline, and they would just kill him off for shock value, and I feel like that's not good enough reason. Like, if you're going to kill off a character of that caliber, it has to be for an extremely good reason, and it has to be a really good death. You know what I mean?
I think if not in Infinity War, but by the next one, I think that Captain America, Iron Man will be gone, or I'll guess all three, but maybe just two, and I'm thinking that the next leader going into the next phase of Marvel will be Black Panther, and I'm not saying that just because of the.
Oh, I thought you were going to say somebody else.
Oh, not because of the success of what's going on, but
I thought you were going to go with the Bucky idea.
I think Bucky's still. I think he's going to become Captain America. I think that's going to probably happen, but I don't think he's going to be kind of like the leader. Like right now, the leader is Iron Man or Captain America. It's kind of between both of them as like the lead of the team. But I think after this is over with, and after Avengers 4 is over, I think the new leader will probably be Black Panther, or maybe Captain Marvel if she appears or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like I can't figure out who they would kill that would, because unless they're going to go the route, kind of like what you were saying, unless they're going to go the route of ending Iron Man, and the Captain America franchises, you know what I mean, and move on to new franchises, sort of like, because I know there's been like Elizabeth, and one of the reasons I brought up Elizabeth Olsen's character is because I watched an interview with her a couple days ago that said she would really love to do a Scarlet Witch, spin-off, movie.
I'm all for that.
Kind of like a standalone movie. And the way she was describing it, like with the storyline that they could do, it sounded really interesting. I just don't know if I'm ready for it.
I am.
Like they would have to really, they would have to tie up a lot of loose ends for me. They would have to. When it comes to Tony Stark, especially, he's had such a tough go. I feel like I would really like a happy ending of some kind for him. I don't know. I don't want him and Pepper to get back to it. God knows that.
but I think she is coming back, though, to your dismay. But I think she is coming back for.
Who invited her? We're just saying, Gwyneth Paltrow, come star in our movie. Who's making these decisions? How is she going to contribute to Infinity War? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it might be like a real short scene. I think there's going to be a lot of little cameos, basically, that's going to pop up in this movie. So, but I tell you, you mentioned, again, I'm all for Scarlet Witch, just mainly because I just want to see Scarlet Witch. I just want to see Elizabeth Olsen.
You're really into Scarlet. I never really thought into Scarlet Witch you were.
Well, most of Elizabeth Olsen, but I'm.
Aren't we all?
Honestly, it's two of them actually. I mean, when the posters came out for Infinity War, right? I'm pretty sure everyone just was going towards Iron Man, Captain America, and all that. But me, no, I looked for two people actually. I looked for Scarlet Witch. I also looked for Nebula. For some reason, those two are. I mean, hey. Yeah, I got a little bit of a crush on both of those two. Like I like Karen Gillan as an actress, and I like Nebula as a character for some reason, and also Scarlet Witch. So.
Do you know another question I have when it comes to Black Panther? Because at the end of because they put Bucky in a suspended animation thing, right? So if this is happening, like if Black Panther is happening in the same general time period as Infinity War, so that means they haven't cured Bucky yet of his his whole mind control.
Well, I'm guessing that it did.
Mind control thing?
I mean, going from the post-credit scene, it seemed like that it did.
Oh, well, Wakandans are good, but they're not that good. All right.
What it did fix.
Have you ever been mind controlled by a Russian? Okay, it's hardcore.
Well, what they did fix what's his name from in Black Panther? They fixed his back in a day. So
I feel like the mind is a little bit more fragile than your back.
Well, a day compared to a week.
It's a little harder to piece together. Like, especially, I don't think that I don't think they fixed it, or I don't think they're going to completely fix it.
Also,
fix it, or maybe they won't fix it until the very end. I think he might have. What if Thanos plays on that somehow? I think that could be a really interesting storyline somehow. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of the different ways that Infinity War can go, because like we said, it's going to be a two-parter, and the first part, as we've already seen through the trailers, is very action-packed.
Yeah,
a lot of fighting.
Also, I think Rhodey's going to get his back fixed too after after they found. I'm just guessing. I mean, now that they know that the technology is out there.
Rhodey. I forgot. Rhodey. I feel so bad. It's kind of like forgetting your puppy or something. It's sad.
Well, I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be okay now, because now that they know about Wakanda's technology and how advanced it is, I'm guessing
Oh
he's gonna
yeah,
go
they're
there
gonna
and get fixed up
yeah
because
and get fixed. Yeah, because if you look at the when they're all running, and
yeah,
there's the whole group of the Avengers, you see him flying.
yeah,
You see War Machine,
yeah.
so he's going to be in it unless they have a new War Machine, which that would be lame.
No,
Like that would be uncool.
unless they brought
Yeah,
back
so
Terrence
War
Howard.
Machine's going to be in it. Yeah. Oh, Terrence Howard is coming back. He's like, I know what I lost out on. Like one of the most highest grossing franchises of all time.
Oh yeah, I bet Don Cheadle like, no, you ain't getting this back, bro.
Yeah, sorry, this is mine. Like,
So
don't tear another black man down.
I know. Now, so
Yeah, that's right. I went there.
yeah,
But I don't know. I think there's a lot of interest. I just don't know. I think it's going to probably end up being the complete opposite of what everything that we're saying in the end.
well, it can't be that because we're basically saying everything. I mean, not just us. I'm talking about everybody though. Like somebody got to be
But
right.
I feel like the writers, like these writers, are super good, and I feel like they do know all of our ideas of what could happen, and they also know the source material, so they could do something completely out of left field. Like I wouldn't discount that as well. Like trying to do a shock factor of some kind, because I'm just trying to figure out how they're making this a two-parter, because it can't be constant war. Like it can't be a constant fight. There has to be a really long storyline here. So what's that storyline going to be? You know what I'm trying to say? Like you
Yeah,
can't make a two-part movie without plot.
a break
You
in
can't
there.
just have constant
There got to be a break in there somewhere.
right. Yeah, you can't have. I mean, as cool as it could be, we can't have a constant. We can't have 5 hours of fight scenes.
Hey, you know what?
So
What if? Hey, think about this. What if what we see in the trailer is actually the last scene of the movie of
that's
them
actually.
running?
I was going to say that.
Them running?
That's actually what I was thinking. Actually, that could be a high possibility. I wouldn't discount that. Because they've already started shooting for it, I'm sure. It's coming out in 2019, so they have to
Yeah,
have already at least started post and
yeah. It
on
was.
how
Yeah,
the film works.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. I think if I remember right, I think they shot it all at once. These two.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think they
Oh,
did. But I was just
well,
thinking
that's
that
probably
wouldn't that
good
be
for
kind of funny?
economics.
It'd be kind of funny, wouldn't that be, if the last scene is
Well,
we've already
that's
seen
what
it?
I was actually thinking that. No, I totally agree. I was actually there was a point in our conversation where I was thinking that in my head. I was gonna say, and then I think I got sidetracked. But I was actually
Talking
gonna
about
say,
DC.
what if the trailer, uh, probably by
Oh,
Agent Carter.
Agent Carter.
But what if the whole trailer is basically a something to kind of amp us up for the second movie, or something of that nature? Like it's they're actually not showing us a lot of Infinity War, like
Oh
the
no.
first one. They're showing us kind of not a spoiler, but something to kind of whet our palates, if you will,
Well,
and give us a nice little taste.
it is the longest Marvel movie, so it will be pretty long. Um,
Yeah, I'm
not
just trying to figure out. That's what I'm most curious about. Is what's the storyline?
yeah, and who's gonna die?
Yeah, but that's probably going to be integral to the storyline.
And now,
But it can't be all about that. Oh, do you know what we haven't even thought of yet? What if it's one of the Guardian of the Galaxy characters?
I don't think so. It might be. Well, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
they've made too much money off that movie. Those
Yeah,
movies to kill anybody off just yet.
yeah. I don't know, but I'm guessing that
All
it's
I can
gonna.
say is if they kill off Groot, I'm gonna riot. We're at teenage Groot now, okay? I'm not starting this process over.
Now, I do think that that the movie is gonna be basically centered around the death of someone in the first couple of minutes. Someone very important. Who that person may
You
be,
think it's gonna be a whammy?
yeah. That is
Uh,
that death in that beginning is gonna set everything off into the
it
rest
won't
of it.
be Loki then. I don't feel like
Well, yeah.
everybody has an emotional connection to Loki. it has to be somebody who's like kind of the heart of the crew, you know? They're not going to kill off Scarlet Witch because I feel like
They better
she
not.
would be talking about. Well, no, she wouldn't have been talking about a spinoff if they were.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying
If
they
she's
just
still
better.
alive.
I'm just saying they just better not.
But so we can rule out. I feel like we're just process of elimination. So, what if they did kill the Hulk somehow?
How? Of all people,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like we're like of all people, the Hulk. Like how did they kill Bruce Banner?
yeah,
Like,
literally, how?
What if the Infinity Stones are able to take out the Hulk or something? I don't know.
Wow.
Because it has to be somebody, and we love Bruce. Like Bruce Banner is great. Like we all love him. Like he's become like endeared to us. He's goofy and he's nerdy and he's and he has a temper.
And here's the thing about it too. No, you can't. I know a lot of people, like, as far as want to predict who's going to die, or whatever like that. You can't just go by what you're seeing in the trailers either. Because just because you might see, just because you might see someone running, like, running in the trailer, they could have easily just put that person in there just to throw you off. And he really ain't with them.
But what if it's no? I just had a stroke. What if it's like a stroke of genius? What if it's Nick Fury?
Oh yeah. You haven't seen him on the trailers at all.
Yeah. You hear his voice.
Him and Hawkeye.
There was an idea, and it's all in the past movie.
Yeah.
That line is there was an idea to bring together a group of extraordinary people.
Yeah.
That's something he said in the past.
Yeah.
So really do.
What about if it's Nick Fury and Hawkeye?
Hawkeye, I don't really care.
Well, maybe not to you, but to the team he did.
Well, I mean, like, I that's sad. He has a family and stuff. I think that's. I mean, I personally.
What? Okay, how about this? How about I make it even worse? Make it worse. How about Nick Fury, Hawkeye, and his family?
Oh, what if they killed off Hawkeye's family? That would hurt. But I mean, we haven't seen his family in a while. But why would they suddenly? I mean, I guess to bring more like humanity and more of a storyline to Hawkeye, like because I was thinking like they brought his family in
Ultron.
in the movies. So yeah, in Age of Ultron. So I'm thinking to myself, they have to play some sort of part. They can't be just a one and done deal. Like we see them for a second, and then we never see them again. So I mean that's a possibility. What if they do we see Hawkeye in the running scene?
Haven't seen him in anything. No promos, no posters. No, he's not even on anything.
Oh, he's not in the poster. Is he? He's not in the poster, is he?
No.
Hawkeye got a short end of the stick.
Oh, that's been talked about a lot. That like every time one of these trailers come out or any sort of promo material come out, there's no sight of Hawkeye, and every time it comes out, like, where's Hawkeye? And the people are saying
we're tired.
and the producer is saying that he has a very important role, but they just not saying what it is. And I'm thinking, what? Because he's dying.
They've made him. He has to be a part of the story for some reason. So you could be right, but I think Nick Fury is definitely going to go. I think for sure we can say, like Hawkeye's speculation, but I feel like based on that first part of the trailer where we hear like basically kind of reminiscing on Nick Fury's voice and what he said about the Avengers, I feel like he's not. We haven't seen him in anything.
Yeah,
I don't think he's gonna live.
Well,
we solved it, folks.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. You know what? I think we probably just. I think we just end it right there on Nick Fury's death. So, yep, we're going to end it. I guess we'll just end it right there.
On that bright, cheery note.
Yep, that's right. Just like that Star Wars holiday special. We're just going to end it right there.
Gosh.
Like, end it on a good note.
Yeah. Now, then you had to mention it, didn't you?
Yeah.
You have to poke at me, don't you? I know what you do. I know what I see you. I see you. Okay? I see it.
Now
he knows I hate it. He knows.
Well, now just to to get it on the record. So in Infinity War, you predict what as far as well? Let me ask you this: how much you think it's going to make, and who's going to die? Let's put it that way. Let's just go with those
Wait,
two
how
things.
much do I think it's going to make, like, box office wise?
Yeah, in the first weekend.
Oh shoot. Probably like I'd have to. I don't remember how much the last movie made because it's the highest. It's like one of the highest grossing franchises. So, and I don't know numbers wise what that means. Okay, I'm gonna go high, just to be, because I don't know. Maybe like 30 billion. I don't know.
30 billion
worldwide. I don't know. I don't pay attention to box office. Like, how much did Titanic bring in? Do you know?
Like, the Avatar only made what, 2 billion, and that's the highest grossing. And you said 30.
Hey, there's a fan base. Who cares about Avatar? There's a fan base here, okay? And there are people who are going to go see this. Let me see how much Black Panther brought in. Panther box office gross.
Well, first weekend, just the first weekend.
Well, I just want to see what it brought in total. I'm just curious because then I might be able to gauge. Okay, I went really high. Yeah,
yes, you did.
You're right. I told you I was going to go high because I, at least if it's.
You went 420 high.
I went high because I don't know. I don't pay attention to box office records. I buy the tickets and I show up. Okay, that is my role in this process, and I get on Trend Chat and I talk about the movies with you, and that's basically the extent of my involvement. Okay, but yeah, it's Black Panther top Titanic at 1.3 billion. So I mean, I think it might go a little higher than Black Panther just because Black Panther's also in it. So can we guesstimate maybe? Let's be optimistic. Let's go 3 billion. I think it could top it.
You're saying total?
Infinity War top Black Panther. I think total. I think in the first weekend. I don't. What do you think? I don't know what box office how this works. Okay? I don't know.
Right now, we'll see. I'm just going off of what they're estimating, but they're estimating 400, like close to 500 million in the first weekend. That's their estimate. What they're guessing it's going to be. I'm guessing they're probably going to meet that. They're probably going to get. If I want to give out a number, I said 513 million.
Okay. Yeah, I think it might be slightly more than, like, not. I think it's going to be in the same general, like, ballpark as Black Panther opening weekend. But I think I have a feeling I think they can do it. I think they can top Black Panther just because you kind of have all the elements in there of because you have Iron Man, you have something for everyone. You have Black Panther, you have Captain America, you have the Hulk, you have everybody. So there's literally, even if you don't like, let's say, Captain America, but you love Iron Man's in this one, so you're going to go see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if you don't like Captain America, but you love Black Panther's in it, so you're going to go see it. So I think this is one of those things that there's a little something for everyone.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason it's going to be, I think it's going to beat out, in the end, I think it's going to beat out Black Panther.
And if you don't like neither one of them, you want to see Scarlet Witch. Hey, Scarlet Witch is in it too, so.
That will not ever come close to Black Panther if that is a solo movie. I hate to break your heart. It's true.
Oh, it's not breaking my heart. I'll watch that movie.
Yeah, you'll be the person contributing to its gross domestic product.
That's right.
It's like, oh, it's already at 100 million? Well, about 20 of that is me. I snuck in a few times too, so if I'm being honest.
Especially if they do a Nebula and Scarlet Witch movie. Oh yeah.
I don't understand your fascination with Scarlet Witch. You're gonna have to, like, at some point in our friendship, just sit me down and explain to me Is it just because you think Elizabeth Olsen is hot, or like?
Yes.
Is there more to it?
No, yes, that's as far as it goes.
So there's no deepness. Okay.
Nope,
Okay.
nope, not at
Well,
all.
at least you said it.
Yeah,
Okay.
didn't even know who
So it's gonna
Scarlet
be
Witch
the
was
worst movie.
until Elizabeth Olsen.
Oh no. Oh, you're gonna get fanboys all over you. So many
No,
emails. So many emails. You said that should be your title. You know, like how YouTubers have like the the funny screen grabs to, like, draw people in. You know, Scarlet Witch. You know, sucks. She's just pretty, or something of that nature. You know, I didn't even know who Scarlet Witch was. That can be the title of this. Scarlet Witch, only a pretty face.
Scarlet Witch and now you know what? It'd be Scarlet Witch and Agent Carter.
Okay, Agent Carter. Don't even go there. We'll be here another hour. She's not just a pretty face. She's smart. She's brilliant. She's British. She's awesome.
Oh, also
Okay?
you did.
She's great. She is a power player in a man's world. Okay, and I'm not even a feminist.
And also, let us know who you think is gonna die, if anybody.
Oh yeah, I really want to see theories. Because all I've seen are Captain America. I think the leading person right now, I think everybody's like basically agreed on Captain America because they want Bucky to take over the mantle. But I think that's too obvious. I think they're gonna have to go more interesting. I think Nick Fury. That's
Just
my
one?
final.
Does it?
Well, I mean, I'd just be speculating on the others, but I want to say, like, if I'm being, if I
This is
am
your
making
official
a
pick.
statement here about,
This is your official statement.
my unofficial pick is going to be Hawkeye. I'll agree with you on Hawkeye because I haven't seen him in anything, and I don't think I see him. I'm looking at the running scene. I don't see him. So either he's retired with his baby mama somewhere, or he's back at his farm now, or he's dead. And they brought him back in the last movie. Like, you know, he kidnapped Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, I
why
remember
would you
that.
bring somebody back from retirement just to retire them again?
Yeah.
So I can see that making sense. I don't think his death would not break me. Like, it wouldn't, like, if I was an Avenger, it would not force me to go to war. But
You're a horrible friend.
Fury probably would. You know what? He has no value to the team. He sits on a ledge in the distance, okay, and shoots arrows. That's all he does. He adds no strategic value, okay? He's loyal. That's about it. He's loyal, except for that one time he was mind controlled. I will say, I did have a newfound respect for him in Age of Ultron. Okay, I'll end with that. I am not going to crap on Hawkeye this entire time, though it's easy to do. But I will say, when he like basically electrocuted Vision, I thought that was really funny. Like, he's like, I'm not being mind controlled again, sucker.
No,
Not Vision. He mind controlled Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and no, and I didn't appreciate.
He shocked her in the head.
Yeah, I know, and I didn't appreciate it.
I was like, oh, you're cool with seeing the love of your life get an electric shock to the head?
No, I wasn't cool with that. No, I didn't like it.
That's what it's there. He thinks the beautiful Elizabeth Olsen. He loves the fact that she got shocked in the head.
No, I didn't. I was like, how dare you do that? You know what? That's why I want you to die now.
That's not what you just said. That's not what I heard. Maybe
Well,
that was wishful thinking. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. You're hating on Scarlet Witch.
Well, and then he did block Vision for that. That's what I was thinking of originally. He electrocuted her in the head because she was mind controlling people, and then he like trapped Vision in this weird electro field thing. That was pretty cool. I mean, he finally upgraded his equipment. Good for you, Hawkeye. Good for you. You came into the 21st century.
So officially,
That's as nice as I can be.
So officially, you have just Nick Fury dying. That's it.
As I would say, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay.
That's gonna be my official. Hawkeye is like a I'm skeptical, but I can see it happening.
Okay.
You
I
brought me to your side.
and
Congratulations.
my official picks for death, I guess you want to put it that way, is
So dark.
yeah, I will. I like Scarlet Witch, so what can I say? But um, it is the popular choice out there being Captain America, and
Lame.
yeah, it's a popular choice. That's what I'm saying. I know, but I think it's going to be Captain America, but I think it's also going to be Loki and also Hawkeye.
Oh,
Officially.
you think it's 3 people? You think we're taking out like part of the team?
Well, if you look at the comments, it should be almost all of them, at least half.
Yeah, but we're talking about a franchise that
Yeah, I
has a
know.
significant amount of money. They're not
Yeah,
going to kill off half
that,
the cast.
and that's why I only picked 3 instead of like half of everybody.
You think some interesting people. I think if Loki dies, females across the world will riot.
You know
I'm
what?
putting that out there.
If it is Captain America or Iron Man, I wouldn't be surprised people try to hold like real funerals.
What if it was Black Panther?
He try to cause a riot?
We'd have another like LA riot.
I know. You trying to do?
Like, you killed one of our own. You murdered him.
Yeah, that would be a real.
By a Jewish man.
That would be a real funeral. That would be a real funeral.
You'd have Jesse Jackson just preaching on the television, and they murdered our heroes.
Oh man! Oh, woo, no! I
That
hope
would be something.
I hope they didn't even think about it. I hope they didn't write it down anywhere to where it would get leaked out.
Yeah, I'm so dark and twisted that as a writer, that's the first thing I would do.
At the first line of the script, we will kill Black Panther.
Everybody's like, "What do you mean? He just made $1.3 billion at the box office." They will riot, and so they will come.
It'll be the most controversial movie of all time.
Exactly. They'll never stop talking about it, and it'll just generate more revenue.
And I could just imagine them in the boardroom like, "You're sick," and I like it. On that light note as well. Patricia, this has been great. Obviously, if you haven't noticed, this is going to be more than one part. Knew that from the beginning.
That's
so
like my signature.
Yeah,
that's my signature. It wouldn't be a Patricia discussion if it were a 2-parter.
That is true. We are finding out,
because,
right?
like, the people did not hear our 45-minute conversation before we even started recording.
Yeah.
Okay, like, we're passionate. We're passionate. That's what we'll call it.
Yep. Yeah, that's the word for it. I mean, I'm pretty sure others will probably have other derogatory other words for it. But yeah, we'll keep it at that.
Too much.
So,
let the man speak.
So,
let the black man speak. I'm sorry, I had to. Don't keep the black coats down.
No, I don't know. I guess
okay,
we can.
I'm done. I had to throw that in there. Just it tickles me. Go ahead.
I guess. Appreciate it, and we'll chat with you later. Yeah, but you know what? That was that. You know, all 3 parts there. It was just. It was fun, but as far as trying to edit all that together, that was, because I'm laughing every couple of seconds about it. But appreciate Patricia joining us for all that, and no telling when we'll do that again. But I hope y'all enjoyed all those. And well, we're at the end now. So until next week or next time, we'll chat with you later.